Is post-secondary education important? At least 70% of new jobs require some form of post-secondary education and specialized training. The price of entry isn't cheap. If you need to borrow the money, the debt load can be crushing. I'm Peter Wouters, and I'm here to discuss factors you should keep in mind when saving for your children's post-secondary education. The latest figures show that the weighted average tuition for undergraduate programs in Canada can range from $2,500 to $6,500 per year, depending on whether the student attends CEGEP, a trade school, college, or university. That's an increase of 238% over the previous 20 years. Annual tuition fees can be much higher, depending on the program and province that the student attends. Average tuition costs in Ontario, for example, stood at over $8,000 this past year. Then you need to factor in living expenses, books, lab costs, student fees, and transportation, which can double or even triple overall annual expenses. Students going on to graduate or professional schools face tuition fees that can be almost 3 times more over and above those other annual expenses. What will future prices look like? Post-secondary costs have risen steadily, while student unemployment and graduate underemployment are at record highs. How do they pay down that soaring school debt? Few families have the financial means to simply write the check to fund post-secondary education and all of its associated expenses. One of the best ways to ease the burden is to start saving money early and regularly. Ask yourselves these questions. Are you prepared to redirect $4 to $7 per day per child to fund all costs, assuming an average 6% rate of return? Could you more comfortably set aside $2 to $3 per day for tuition and have your children fund the rest or stay at home? If that amount seems too high, are you prepared to take on more risk in your investments where you can make more money on the amounts you do invest? Which investment would you prefer? A, safety of capital with a low, certainly lower rate of return. Or B, one where investments may grow faster but could include potential losses along the way. How important is flexibility to you when looking at a savings plan for college? Your child may not pursue post-secondary education. He or she may take time off before going on to post-secondary studies or between school years. Life happens, and you or they may need that money for something else. Is a registered education savings plan right for you? One consideration is the government matching programs that can provide for up to $7,200 per child for monies invested. More government money may be available to low-income families. Sit down with a financial advisor and review your own financial situation, your risk tolerance, and your time horizon. Explore alternatives that will allow you and your children to have the opportunity to gain a higher level of education or provide for a better financial foundation in life. In turn, that may afford them a greater chance of landing a job that they enjoy, where they feel fulfilled and can attain financial autonomy.